Hello and welcome to the Sattariyo show. Today on the show I will be talking about the question of how has warfare changed from Othello's time period to now. Also today I will be bringing a guest on the show who would really help me understand more information about this and what he believes and his perspective on this question. Because his father served in the military and he is a world history teacher, so most likely he knows about the world and the history of the world. In the book Othello, the main character, he's a general and he is being basically betrayed by his own friend, who he thinks is a friend but is not actually a friend. What type of friend puts him in a condition where he believes that his wife is cheating on him and then leads Othello in killing his wife? This is not a true friend. Since this is not a true friend, that means he was mainly jealous in the beginning. He said, how can someone like Othello go on become better than me? He got so angry because of this. And then that's exactly what happened. Othello became better than him, but Othello also went down. This made more conflicts, and then weapons started being used throughout the story. And you'll see that throughout the scenes, weapons are being used. The main weapon that is being used though is the sword, which also in the end of the story, Othello references a sword by Desdemona and is killing her. Most important phrases that Iago, a vicious person, said: "Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on." This is showing hatred. This is showing that Iago in this scene is talking to Othello and telling him, beware of who you may trust. So that is basically a brief summary of what the book Othello and its main points were, and the weapons that they used during that time. And also another thing that would have been important for you to know is that the book was written by William Shakespeare again, and the book took place during like the Middle Ages. Also in my class, I also talked about how has warfare changed from Othello's time period to now in my bibliography. So in that I mentioned how it would change since the Middle Ages to the 20th century. The Middle Ages like around 1617, and around that time they used to use arrows and swords, and the gunpowder was still under they were still making it. It was still like dangerous to use because they didn't know how to use it. But then later on, people started understanding how to plan for war. They started understand better plans. They used to have plans before, but then they started now organizing their armies into like cavalries and that type of stuff. And then now we got even stronger weapons than we ever had before, and I believe we might even have a strong weapon than this that might even wipe out everything. We now have space weapons and nuclear weapons and weapons like that. See the technology that we got? We got like powerful technology weapons nowadays. Now give it up for our host, Mr. Watson. Okay, well then, let's get started. How has warfare changed from Othello's time period to now? If you may not know Othello, in other words, how has warfare changed since the Middle Ages?
It really depends on which part of the Middle Ages that you would start at, but in general, the Middle Ages had more nomadic in comparison warfare to what we currently observe, and also the reasoning between war has changed quite a bit.
Do you believe that weapons have evolved ever since that time period?
Absolutely. Weapons will continue to evolve when they have to. You'll see a natural tendency to advance weaponry to fight a more, what's a good word for it, effective war.
In the future, do you think we will evolve our warfare even more? Or do you think warfare has evolved so much that there is no evolvement even left for it?
We'll definitely continue to evolve warfare. I think the next great war frontier will be space.
When do you think we started improving the most? During what century?
You see new things now that replace what we had 10 years ago, and our stuff now makes what we used in the 1940s look ancient, but at the time it was cutting edge. So yes, I definitely think that the 20th century was probably the most successful for advancing weapons.
Okay, thank you for your time, and I really appreciate you for coming on my show. Okay, well, that is it here. I really hope that now you have been informed and understand how has warfare changed from Othello's time period to now.